You walk into a room and you have something to say. You know what you think. You know what you want. But the moment you open your mouth, you add sorry. You end the sentence like a question. You say, I just think maybe. Before the actual point. And somewhere inside you, something feels off. Like you said the words, but you lost the weight behind them. You are not confused. You are not weak. You were just never taught how to use your voice. Today I want to show you what leader language actually sounds like and how to build it. Starting with the very next conversation you have. Let us start with what it is. Speaking like a leader does not mean being loud. It does not mean being aggressive or cold or the person who talks the most. Speaking like a leader means your words land. People hear you. They feel the weight of what you are saying. And they take you seriously. Not because you demanded it, but because the way you speak made it impossible not to. There are 4 qualities that define leader language. Clarity. You say what you mean, directly. No circling around it. No softening it until the meaning disappears. Certainty. Your voice and your words match. You do not hedge a sentence that you actually believe. You do not add question marks to statements. Economy. Leaders use fewer words. They do not fill silence with apologies or explanations that were not asked for. They let their words breathe. Presence. They are actually there. Not rehearsing the next sentence while someone talks to them. Not checking if people are reacting. Present. Grounded. Still. These are learnable. All of them. Now let us talk about what it does to you when you do not have them. The way you speak does not just affect how others see you. It affects how you see yourself. There is research on this. The relationship between speech and self-perception is not one way. When you hedge constantly, when you apologize before every idea, your own brain processes that as evidence of uncertainty. You hear yourself speak. And it teaches you something about yourself. And what it teaches you is, you are not sure. You are not confident enough to just say the thing. Over time, this compounds. You start anticipating that people will not take you seriously. Because you have been giving them reasons not to. You speak less. You hold back opinions. You stop pitching the idea. Stop asking for what you want. Stop taking up space. Because somewhere along the way, you absorbed the lesson that you needed to earn the right to be heard. The cost is not just external. It is not just missed opportunities, or promotions, or respect in a room. The cost is that you start to believe you are someone who does not speak with authority. You make it part of your identity. And that is the most important thing to understand. This is not who you are. This is a pattern. And patterns can be broken. Now let us talk about where it came from. Nobody taught you to speak with uncertainty to be annoying. It happened for a reason. For most women, it started early. You spoke with confidence. And someone told you, directly or not, that you were too much. Too bossy. Too assertive. Too aggressive. The confident version of you got a negative response. And your brain, trying to protect you, quietly adjusted. Soften the sentence. Lower the certainty. Make it smaller. So it does not threaten anyone. Social conditioning did the rest. Women in most cultures are rewarded for being agreeable, warm, accommodating. We are penalized. Sometimes subtly, sometimes not. For being direct, definitive, commanding. So we learn to wrap our ideas in packaging that feels safer. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but before the actual brilliant thing we wanted to say. And the cruel part is, It worked. It kept things smooth. It kept people comfortable. It protected you from being labeled difficult. But it also kept you small. This was not a personal failure. This was a rational response to a social environment that punished you for taking up space. That is where it came from. But you are older now. You are building something. And the people in the rooms you are entering now, they need to hear you clearly. That version of you that learned to shrink her voice? She served her purpose. You do not need her anymore. Now let me help you see if this is your pattern. Here are the specific signs that your language is costing you authority. You start sentences with sorry when you have nothing to apologize for. Sorry, can I ask a question? Sorry to bother you. Sorry, I just wanted to say. You hedge true beliefs. You say, I think maybe. Or I could be wrong but. Before things you are actually certain about. You end statements with upward inflection, turning them into questions. We should go with the second option? When you mean. We should go with the second option. You over-explain. You give 3 reasons when one would do. You justify yourself before anyone even pushed back. You apologize for taking up time. I know this is a lot. Or I'll be quick. Before you even begin. You use filler softeners. Just, kind of, sort of, a little bit. In ways that reduce the size of what you are saying. I just think we should maybe kind of reconsider. You wait to be asked before sharing an opinion. Even when you clearly have one. If 3 or more of these sound familiar. This is your pattern. Not your personality. Your pattern. Now here is how to fix it. 5 specific things you can practice. Not vague advice. Actual changes in actual sentences. Step 1. Remove sorry from sentences where nothing bad happened. Before you speak, ask yourself. Did I do something wrong? If the answer is no, remove the sorry. Sorry, can I ask you something? Becomes. I have a question. Sorry to interrupt. Becomes. I want to add something. This one change alone will shift how you are perceived in a week. Step 2. State your opinion as a statement, not a question. Notice when your voice goes up at the end. Especially in meetings. In conversations where you are sharing a decision or an idea. Practice ending sentences on a level or slightly downward tone. It is not about being flat. It is about being settled. You are not asking for permission. You are telling the truth. Step 3. Cut the hedge before the thing you believe. Every time you catch yourself saying, I think maybe or I could be wrong but. Stop. Ask, do I actually believe this? If yes, just say it. I think we should reschedule this. Instead of, I don't know, maybe we should think about possibly rescheduling? You know what you think. Say it like you know. Step 4. Let silence work for you. Leaders do not fill every pause. When you finish a point, stop. Do not add another sentence to soften the one before. Silence after a strong statement is not emptiness. It is weight. It gives the listener time to feel what you just said. Let them feel it. Step 5. Replace I just wanted to with I'm here to. I just wanted to follow up. Becomes. I'm following up. I just wanted to share an idea. Becomes. I have an idea I want to share. The word just is the language of someone who is not sure. They deserve the space they are taking. Remove it. You deserve the space. Practice these in low-stakes moments first. With friends. In casual meetings. In text messages. Repetition is how new patterns become natural. You are not performing confidence. You are practicing until it becomes yours. Now let me leave you with something. The world does not need another woman who has shrunk herself small enough to be accepted. It needs your actual voice. The one underneath the hedges and the sorries and the question marks. The one that knows what she thinks and says it. The one that speaks and leaves the room a little different than she found it. That voice is not something you have to build from scratch. It is already inside you. It has always been there. Just quieted by years of learning that it was safer to be smaller. You are done being smaller. Start with one conversation. Remove one sorry. Say one thing directly that you would normally soften. Notice what happens when you do. Notice that the world does not fall apart. Notice that people actually hear you. Notice how it feels to stand inside your own words without flinching. That is power. And it was always yours. That is who you are. That is who you are becoming.